Even though inflation is a natural economic phenomenon, it can be created or controlled by your central bank, the government, and the top class people to keep the poor working class poorer. Stick to this video to the end. Let me expose you to the dark side of inflation and how the game is played against your interest. We can define inflation as a persistent increase in the prices of goods and services over a period of time. When there's inflation, it simply means that your cash is able to purchase less items than it did previously. And that means your living condition gets harder than it was yesterday. Let's say 30 Ghana cedis could buy a bag of rice some time ago. Due to inflation, it might not even buy a half bag anymore. Economists say that inflation means too much money chasing fewer goods, which simply means that for inflation to exist, there should be an economic atmosphere where people have cash on them but cannot have enough products to buy. So those with the products keep increasing price anyhow they want, which becomes difficult for the normal person to cope. Because even though you might have cash on you, you will spend more of it to buy fewer goods. And in some few days or months, your cash would have finished. The question is, how does it happen that all of a sudden there's too much money in the system, but less product available to buy? And here's where the mafia happens. Ask yourself, who is in charge of money circulating in the economy? Isn't it the government and the central bank? Who is also in charge of products in circulation in the market? Isn't it the top businessmen and the producers of goods and services? Now listen carefully. Here's how the game is played. The economy is like a pyramid, which has politicians, top businessmen, producers, and highly influential people sitting at the narrow top, with those having a fairly good life and influence in the semi-wide middle, while the working class and the poor masses sit at the extreme wide bottom. Now here's the issue. Those at the top ensure that the middle and lower class people are compelled to work hard all the time to feed them well at the top. I mean, you don't expect people like John Mahama, Nana Addo, Despite, Kwaku Oten and Co. to go to the farms or even carry stocks in the factory for 8 hours, do you? So the politicians, the top businessmen and the top producers of goods and services at the top of the economy hide behind inflation to make the common man's life so difficult to manage, so that they can have more control and dominance over them and make them have no choice than to continue to work for them. Listen, when there's stability in the economy, the poor working class will save money over a period of time, meet their budget, start a business, or pursue their goals and quit working for the top class gradually. And you know what that means to the businessman or the politician who sits at the top of the economy, don't you? Imagine being able to save part of your salary in cash for 3 or more years without inflation hitting at your cash. Would you not quit your job and start your own business? So the moment the top class people finds out that the economy is so stable for you, making your life very comfortable and easygoing, the government throws more cash into the system. The central banks reduces policy rates, making loans more affordable. But the common man who doesn't know how the game is played gets so happy with the flow of the economy, goes for more loans to spend. Then boom, the top producers and importers of the economy meet and begin to hoard their products. While the common man is busily spending on loans and salary, key products of the economy are being withdrawn gradually from the market. And after a few months, prices of goods and services rise above the roof. And when that happens, who suffers? The poor man. The poor man who has been saving cash to start a business or to pursue their goals would always come back to zero and restart the process, because every single day your money cannot buy what you would have bought yesterday due to inflation in the system. This will force you to spend all your savings on feeding and bills, and before you know it, you are back looking for another certificate to get another job that you think may even better your life, and you go through this cycle over and over again. Listen to me. Once you are within the lower broad class, if you don't get smarter and wiser every day, about 4 to 5 generations of yours may remain poor for the rest of time, because someone out there is ensuring that low key this happens to you at all costs. How do you skip this cycle That is the problem. You see, there is no way you can just jump from the bottom to the top. But first, you must jump into the train of the rich and the top class. Practice what they practice and do what they do. What do they do? Number one, they buy or produce products as a way of keeping their money when the economy is stable. They ignite inflation by themselves by throwing more cash into the system and deliberately hoard their products, wait for the inflation to hit the market and get to a peak of it. Then they throw back goods into the market, sweep back their money together with your little money into their pockets. And by so doing, they would have messed up all your targets, and the little money you save to better your life will be useless. You think this is a fiction? How come a gallon of cooking oil in Ghana rose all of a sudden from less than 500 Ghana cedis to about 1,200 Ghana cedis in a matter of months, and went back down to 500 Ghana cedis again, and then stabilized all within half a year? You think that was an economic magic? You must be joking. Listen, while you are sleeping, they are planning on how to make you spend your poor cash. While you are sleeping, they are planning on how to empty your pocket in order to have control over you and have you continue to work to feed them at the top. So be wise. When the economy is normal, instead of saving at the bank, instead of buying luxury and liabilities, buy products that can be hoarded for at least 1 year and have patience. Once they spike inflation to a certain level, prices of all goods will go up. Join them, sell quickly, and wait for the economy to normalize. Then you go again. If you keep your money at the bank, they will sweep your purchasing power like air within months. Number two, if you decide to save some money over a period of time, save in a currency stronger than your local currency. But don't do it with the banks. Remember, the banks belong to the top guys, and they will hook you up at the top. There are many trusted systems outside the banks. You can research properly with due diligence and make use of them so that you can save your money in a higher currency. Ask yourself, why do your leaders hoard their monies in dollars? The ones managing the economy save their money in dollars. Be wise. It is only when you take these steps that you can protect your personal financial life for some time in order to raise money, build your own business, or grow your talent, and gradually rise to join them at the top. Otherwise, they will continue to mess your plans, and before you know it, you are 50 years and lost in life completely. You see, when we say that certificate cannot save you from poverty, you get furious because you don't understand. But the truth is that when you are done chasing all the certificates, you will fall back into this trap and nothing can be done about it. I keep telling you, the act of making money and changing your life is a game. And if only you can learn and master the game, that is the only time you have a chance. If you like intriguing content like this, follow this page for more, and I'll see you again another time.